and what happened to his brain after his death. What neuroscientists discover about his brain. What makes a genius a genius. And don't forget to hit subscribe, like button, and bell notification. Who is Albert Einstein? Albert Einstein, born March 14, 1879, Ulm, Württemberg, Germany, German-born physicist who developed the special and general theories of relativity and won the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1921 for his explanation of the photoelectric effect. Einstein is generally considered the most influential physicist of the 20th century. Einstein's parents were secular, middle-class Jews. His father, Hermann Einstein, was originally a featherbed salesman and later ran an electrochemical factory with moderate success. Einstein had obsessed him since he was 16. What would happen if you raced alongside a light beam? While at the Polytechnic school he had studied Maxwell's equations, which describe the nature of light, and discovered a fact unknown to James Clerk Maxwell himself, namely, that the speed of light remains the same no matter how fast one moves. This violates Newton's laws of motion, however, because there is no absolute velocity in Isaac Newton's theory. This insight led Einstein to formulate the principle of relativity. The speed of light is a constant in any inertial frame, constantly moving frame. The headline of the Times of London read, "Revolution in Science, New Theory of the Universe, Newton's Ideas Overthrown, Momentous Pronouncement, Space, Warped." Almost immediately, Einstein became a world-renowned physicist, the successor to Isaac Newton. In November 1915, Einstein finally completed the general theory of relativity, which he considered to be his masterpiece. He received word that he had received the Nobel Prize for Physics, but for the photoelectric effect rather than for his relativity theories. During his acceptance speech, Einstein startled the audience by speaking about relativity instead of the photoelectric effect. The death. When Einstein died in 1955 at Princeton Hospital in New Jersey, his brain was removed by a local pathologist named Thomas Harvey, who preserved, photographed, and stole it. A colleague of Harvey's cut most of the brain into 240 blocks and mounted them on microscope slides. From time to time, he sent the slides to various researchers, although few publications resulted. Harvey, who moved around the United States several times in the course of his career, kept the jar containing what remained of the brain in cardboard box. Finally, in 1998, Harvey, who died in 2007, gave the jar to the University Medical Center of Princeton, where it remains today. The brain. The first anatomical study of Einstein's brain was published in 1999, by a team led by Sandra Whittelson, a neurobiologist at McMaster University in Hamilton, Canada. Working from Harvey's photographs, which were all that remained of the whole brain, Whittelson's team found that Einstein's parietal lobes, which are implicated in mathematical, visual, and spatial cognition, were 15 tighter than normal parietal lobes. The team also found other unusual features in the parietal region, although some of these were questioned by other researchers at the time. One parameter that did not explain Einstein's mental prowess, however, was the size of his brain. At 1230 grams, it fell at the low end of average for modern humans. What makes a genius a genius? A piece of Einstein's brain went to a neuroanatomist named Marion Diamond, a PhD scientist from the University of California at Berkeley. Asking the question, "What makes a genius a genius?" Diamond's lab went looking for answers. Marion Diamond's research and the dissection of Einstein's brain. What Diamond and her research team found was that Einstein's brain had a higher percentage of brain cells, namely glial cells. In brain science, neurons get all the glory. But the real miracle workers in the brain are the glial cells, Greek for glue, which protect and maintain neurons and cellular networks. Once thought to simply nourish, provide oxygen and nutrients, and support nerve cells, hold in place and remove waste, these cells have been found to speed communication between neurons and thus affect overall cognitive capacity. Diamond and her team found that Einstein's brain had more glial cells relative to neurons, especially, that is, statistically significant, in an area of the brain called the left inferior parietal area, a region responsible for synthesizing information from different areas of the brain. Making the connection enhanced cognitive ability isn't just a function of the number of glial cells, but also the number of connections between them, another finding from Diamond's lab. No more myths here. We've always known that more connections between brain cells facilitates faster and more sophisticated communication. Such increased connections were found in Einstein's brain, particularly in the cortex, the outermost and newest layer of the brain, which includes the prefrontal cortex, the temporal lobes and hippocampus, structure responsible for memory. Seeking to understand what stimulated such enhanced connectivity, Diamond compared rats in an environment without environmental stimulation to rats in an enriched environment, also given a variety of learning tasks. Results showed that rats without any new challenges or learning tasks had less synaptic connections, measured by brain weight, than those rats that were challenged and forced to learn new information. Einstein showed this same extraordinary amount of connections in multiple brain regions, presumably due to his insatiable curiosity, determination to learn more and passion for solving the riddles physics had to offer. It appears the glue in our brains has much to do with genius. Glial cells, which for years were thought to be the mother hens of the human brain, speed communication between neurons and enhance cognitive capability, especially when found in high numbers and with increased connectivity.